Hello Internet, welcome to another episode of The Playback is reviewing the Walking Dead comic book. Marina Mastros has never read it. I have read this before I was rereading it.
Yep.
I'm Hector, this is Marina, and this is the comic book. Volume 3 now, Safety Behind Bars. I really dug this volume. I remember reading this, not right when it was coming out, but kind of keeping up, and I had to go back a little bit and catch up. And when they get to a prison at the end of Volume 2, when they come across it, and then everything that plays out in this, I mean, it was crazy, but the idea of going to a prison became my go-to zombie apocalypse survival plan. So anytime somebody asked that question, like, what would you do? I was always like, I'd go to a prison. And where I grew up in San Diego, there was a visible county prison in like my backyard view.
Really?
So I was like, I'll go to, like down in like East Lake and Otay. I was like, I'll run over there. Bust that sucker open. Like that was my plan. But now I can't do it anymore because the TV show has made it so popular.
Everyone will do it.
Everyone will do it. But Marina, you never read this. What did you think about this volume?
It was great. I kind of like it. I like the plot in this.
Yes.
Better than the TV show.
Right.
Plot.
Yes.
I still think the TV show is a better... It's more entertaining to experience, I guess.
It makes sense.
But the plot in this is better, more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And there were much more characters in this that you could kill in interesting ways.
Yeah.
There were like... Because in the first two volumes, I was like, oh, there's so many characters, and like you can't tell the difference between them, barely.
Yes.
But in this one,
getting
it was
better.
like,
It's a little the same.
It's better.
But
well, plus they're killing off everybody.
Yeah.
But in this one, I was like, oh, that's why they had so many characters, so you could just kill them.
Yeah, and comparing it to the show, like a character who I really liked in the comic and thought was just okay in the show was Tyrese.
Mm-hmm.
And when Tyrese wasn't brought into the show as early as he was in the comic book, but instead we had from the beginning T-Dog.
Right.
That black guy T-Dog, where I was like, what is this character?
Right.
The way that T-Dog died in the prison was like so weak and so
How did he die in the
lame. He just
prison?
got like overwhelmed by zombies at one point.
Oh, so like the way that Tyrese like was supposed to have died?
Kind of, yeah. So you can see kind of things are kind of crisscrossing and everything, but Tyrese as a character is much better serviced in the story. He becomes like the right hand guy to Rick, second in command. So a crazy thing that happens to Tyrese in this volume is his teenage daughter and her boyfriend
her shitty boyfriend.
Her shitty boyfriend.
Yeah,
because it was a suicide pact. I love that.
This was the best part of this volume, I think, because so Tyrese's daughter and her shitty fucking boyfriend
have been weird in the last volume, and
been very weird.
This is why.
And the only thing I don't super buy is that they do agree to a suicide pact, which I don't know. If you have I'd buy for the shitty boyfriend, but if you have your dad with you,
right, you have things to live for.
Yeah, I'm not super sure that I would commit suicide.
I get it.
For my boyfriend when I have my dad, who's like very functional and very like.
They could have. You're absolutely right. They could have done a little bit more work with the daughter character.
Yeah.
To like, because again, there's so many characters that we don't spend any time with her. But if we spend time with her and she's like, my mom died and my dad was never around.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. If she was like Tyrese, like my dad and I, like our relationship isn't great. Kind of like Walt and Michael in Lost. Right? Where Walt Michael's never around. Mm-hmm. That would have been great.
Right, but she's just like a function of her boyfriend. Like she's just like, I guess I'll just do what my boyfriend wants, which is like, I don't know.
Yeah, they could have done more to make that believable, so that when this happened, we would have been like, no.
Yeah. So then
it was fucked up.
The boyfriend shoots Tyrese's daughter first. Yeah. Like she doesn't have a chance to shoot back.
And he doesn't like do this. He's just like, oh.
Right.
Oh,
which is like, why would you shoot each other? You could have just. This is very dumb. But so then Rick and Tyrese come in and they're like, oh, what the fuck? And Tyrese kills the boyfriend, which is like, yes, of course you would.
And Rick's just like, cool, man. Yeah.
Right. It's very funny because he's like, don't kill him, and then he's like.
Yeah.
For real?
And Rick's like, ooh, sorry.
And Rick is like, you're right.
I'll leave you to your business.
Yeah, which is like, yeah, you're right. Which is great. And then Rick lies and tells everybody that the two teenagers killed each other. Mm-hmm. And then Tyrese does exactly what is normal, which is that he murders the fuck out of the guy. Mm-hmm. And then the best part is that he's like, he kills him regular, and then he's like, I'm gonna wait till he comes back so I can kill him again. Which is like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If some teenage fuck literally fucked your daughter and then shot her in the head. Like, that's what happens. That's the sequence of events, is that he has sex with his daughter.
Yeah.
then murders her.
Yeah.
You would be like, I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna wait till he comes back, and then I'm gonna kill him again. And and you're just
get
like
medieval on his ass, and you're just like, okay, man.
You're just like, yeah, man, that's your right and obligation.
It was a great, and then for the rest of, and if we're being real, Tyrese's daughter and her boyfriend only existed to further Tyrese as a character.
Right.
And it works because he's now psychologically super fucked up.
Right.
He goes through it where he basically commits suicide by going into this room full of zombies.
Which is great.
They think he's dead, and then Rick's like, did you see a body? And he opens it, and he's like, hey, what's up, man? I've been in here overnight.
It's so great.
And I killed all the zombies.
Which is basically, maybe this is where they took that moment. Because so he basically like goes in and they're like, oh wait, he's gone or whatever.
Yes.
But that's that moment in the last season when Carl gets shot and he just gets his axe and goes outside and Rick just starts like chopping people up.
Yeah.
Which is basically this scene.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like he's just like, what? I killed a whole room full of zombies. What?
I have to take it out. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Totally.
Except everybody else comes and helps him, which is like, that's what would have to happen. But that was great. And then I like that. This is what I was sort of looking for when he didn't kill Shane the first time, which is that he goes back.
Yes.
To
once Rick realizes that
all people,
no matter how you die, we're all of us infected, so we're gonna come back as a zombie no matter how you die. He goes and digs up Shane, and shoots him in the head. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And
he was like, I'm not gonna bury you again.
You know, the little part of that was like, I know because you're the real father of Lori's baby. Yep. So I'm gonna kill you again, Shane. It was crazy. What happened in the beginning when they first arrived to the prison? The prisoners are there. I forget if something crazy happens or not. They're just clearing out. Yeah, that's it. They find the prisoners.
They talk about food. He shows them the rest of the prison.
Like a few good scenes of like, again, humans being like logical and like figuring out how they're gonna make this work, and
then somebody chops off Herschel's two daughters' heads
because Rick goes and gets Herschel, right? Because he's like, this is a great deal, but we need a farmer, and like I can't just leave him at his farm.
Yep.
And the two little girls that were non-existent characters, again, just to further Herschel's story.
Their function was to die, which was
great.
They
get killed and they don't trust the prisoners, which is great. They don't really go into, like, The Walking Dead kind of goes into race a little bit, but they don't hit it super hard. But the fact that the first person I suspect is the one prisoner of the four who was like, I killed somebody, but I haven't done it since, and I've been in here, and they think that he's guilty. And there's a little bit of this like, Rick is this white sheriff. Most of the survivors are white, but Tyrese is there, and it's this thing of like, Lori's
just assumes it's him.
Lori's untrusting, and then she realizes how messed up it is, and she's like, I'm going through hormones, like, because she's pregnant or whatever. But it's interesting. They don't go into it too much, but there's a little bit of like every classic zombie like movie, even the first, Night of the Living Dead. That's what it was about. Yeah, it's about racism. So there's a little tiny, and how we view criminals, even, as non-human.
Absolutely, and they go into a little bit of homosexuality, because Dexter?
Dexter is the boyfriend of
Dexter and Axel.
Yes. Axel's the one that's like, hey man, you don't have a boyfriend anymore,
right?
Because we're getting out, or they let us out. Do you think that's going to keep happening? Dexter's like, no man, like, we're together now. That's what he thinks.
So these two guys are together now. They're boyfriends. You don't know
what's gonna happen,
which is great. I like that.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
There's also a little bit of a gay moment with lesbianism, which is great.
Yes.
That they touch on it at all.
I think it's
Carol and Lori for like a hot second.
Carol for a hot second kisses Lori because she's going through a bunch of stuff,
which is great. And then you know what? It's fun. Like great. Have gay characters, have lesbian characters. Sure, great. Yeah. At least
we're early on in the comic book series. More of that's going to happen later. That'll be explored a little bit later.
Yeah. But I was like, good. It's not just because this is like a lot of white characters for the South.
Yeah. Yeah,
just like in the show.
The South is full of black people.
Right, the South is full of black people. Should be even the prisoners. It's like two black guys and two white guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So crazy thing happens is they find out that the tax evasion guy is actually the murderer, and and
Rick punches him to death almost.
So that his hand is crushed, and he goes, "We're gonna hang him."
Who does he do that to in the show?
I forget.
Because remember, Rick does like almost beat somebody to death.
I forget.
If you guys remember, tell us because I don't.
So this is where Rick comes up with that rule: if you kill, you die. That's how that works.
Which seems fair to me.
You kill, you die.
Oh yeah. So the only difference between like these two characters
Sure.
is their hair, which is like very confusing.
Yeah.
This one and that one,
You
which
just
is
have
like
to think, like be aware of it spatially and stuff.
yeah,
and,
I found that very confusing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know who they are. One of them is Carol, and one of them is
Otis's girlfriend. I forget her name.
whoever
Otis's
that
girlfriend,
is.
who felt bad for the person they were going to kill, the prisoner.
Right.
So
Tried
she
to
tries
let
to
him
let him
out.
He's trying to kill her.
He tries to
stab
kill her
her.
because he's a crazy man.
So then Maggie pop
So
kills
then
the
Maggie
guy.
kills the guy.
And she feels better about it.
And then she feels better, yep.
It's just crazy, man. The whole prison idea was played out really, really well. And again, at the very, very end.
Yeah, okay, so at the very end.
The criminal,
Dexter?
the black criminal. No, I don't think that's
that
Dexter.
not Dexter?
Dexter is this guy.
Oh, damn it.
And
okay.
I forget this guy's name.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Let me try to find it.
But so he gets guns with his boyfriend, and they're like, we gotta kick these guys out.
Yeah.
Which is like, honestly, from their perspective, pretty fair. Because they lived in the cafeteria for months, and they didn't kill each other. They were totally fine. And then these people come in, and then all of a sudden, people start dying. And to be fair, it was one of them who like started murdering people. But general chaos starts happening from when those people enter. So it's like, yeah, if I were that guy too, I'd be like, you guys need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fair to me. But I don't
No,
remember
that is
his name.
Dexter. You're right.
Yeah,
that
it is Dexter. So at the very end,
the biker is Axel. My buddy, the ex-junkie, is Andrew.
Yeah.
And then the nerd is Thomas. Thomas is the murderer. So
Thomas
Dexter
is
and
the murderer.
Andrew.
So
Dexter
then,
and Andrew bust out at the end.
right, and we can't really. Yeah, I guess they're just kicking them out.
Good cliffhanger. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of my house. Right there. Says Dexter.
Which is great, because like that's, I would be like, you guys gotta go. Like,
if you can't work together, if you can't, but yeah. So it was a fast-paced, like a quick read.
Yeah.
And the plot was great. The art is getting better. If
yeah,
you're
except for like faces.
Sure.
Confusing.
That's fine. And that's volume 3. What do you think is going to happen, Marina? Because I read the next volume. I know what's going to happen.
Well, I'm assuming they leave because they're getting kicked out. So
Really?
Well, you know why I'm assuming that? This is the next one.
Yes.
I'm assuming that because it works in seasons, and in the show they do leave the prison.
Right.
But I'm assuming because the comic book is different, that they're like, okay, fine, like we'll leave, and then they just start on their another adventure, like leaving, and maybe that's when they meet Michonne.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because they're back out on the road again.
I think you're gonna like this next one a lot. I think
it's
you're gonna
about
like this next
mouths.
One. Yes, it's mouths. It's people's mouths. It's called The Heart's Desire.
Okay.
That was volume 3. So yeah, this one, without giving anything away, I think it goes a little bit more into like relationships.
Yeah,
right?
well,
the sort of pairing off and stuff. God, I love that prison storyline.
Yeah. It was good.
I think you're gonna be surprised by the next one. But all right, cool. So Marina's still digging it. What was your guys' favorite part of volume 3, Safety Behind Bars, and your least favorite part of volume 3? Yeah, there was some things I guess I didn't like that I thought was like a little like convenient.
Yeah.
But overall, they're kind of getting rid of characters that aren't necessary in a way. Just like Lost, when a character served their purpose, it's like you got to get them off the island. They're interesting. So that's cool, man. So that's volume 3.
Somebody in the comments was like, "Stop comparing this show to Lost." Like Lost had a huge budget or whatever, and like years and years.
Like AMC doesn't have a huge budget for The Walking Dead.
Was...
Yeah, I'll compare it. That's okay. I'll do it. Lost didn't have it did have a huge budget, but it didn't have the most massive. Anyway, that's not the point.
But they did Breaking Bad, so it's like, they could have money. They're just not spending it on Fear the Walking Dead.
That's right. And you can see that. That's right. And we feel bad for the people who are doing Fear the Walking Dead, and they're probably like, what about this? And AMC's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
You can have this cardboard box.
And they're like, oh, I guess we'll make an episode around this cardboard box. Okay, thanks. That's what's happening. Okay, guys, thanks for watching our reviews of the comic book. Love reading this thing. It's awesome to chat about it with Marina.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.